This problem is about converting an integer to Roman numeral representation. So here we're given the mappings for these 7 Roman numerals into their corresponding values, and we are given some rules about how subtraction works. And so, for example, if the value starts with 4 or 9, we must use subtractive form. And for powers of 10, we can only append consecutively at most 3 times. And the range for num is going to be between 1 and 3999. So if you think of what 1 is, it's just going to be I, and then like the max value 3999 will translate to 3 m's, so MMM, and then 900 is CM, and then 90 would be XC, and then 9 would be just IX. And so you can notice how we only use up to 3 at a time. And so naturally, like, the num will like be within those constraints. Now, to kind of initially think about this, usually whenever we do any kind of arithmetic, we usually start with the smallest digit. And so regarding Roman numerals, like the better way to do it is from the largest digit to the smallest, because if we are going to start from the smallest, then we must be able to look forward, because Roman numerals like depend on you being able to know what the next digit is, so that you can correctly account for what the numeral is going to be. So for example, if we just thought about doing this from right to left, like regular arithmetic, and we wanted to represent something like 9, it would be very difficult to actually go from right to left, because if we saw 9, then we would naturally like try to add 5, and then we would try to add like 4, because we knew that IV. So as the remaining like amount to add would be 4. And this would be wrong, as like the actual correct value would be IX, but we would never know that because we are kind of thinking about this in a very difficult way. And so the better way to think about it is going from what's the largest symbol I can fit, so that I can reduce how much I need to think about, and then keep recursively doing that until we are completely like our remaining values to add reaches 0. So we want to keep track of what the remaining value to add is, and we will initialize that to our num. And then we can represent the final like numeral representation as a list of integers. And the reason why we want to use a list instead of something like a string is because when you add a character to a string in Python, it is strings are immutable. So then you're basically creating a new list a new string every time you're appending. So we can instead use a list and then concatenate all of the values at the end. So we're going to initialize this to an empty list, and then we're going to just return the joined values of the final numerals. And we want to go, our loop is basically going to go until we reach remaining value at 0. So while remaining value is greater than 0, we're going to handle the logic to actually reduce the remaining value. So in order to do that, we need to actually have a dictionary lookup table so we can see what values map to which symbols. So we're going to create that mapping, so value to symbols, and it's going to be dictionary of int to characters, and we can just map it out. And we want to also store every single subtraction case. So when we think about how we want to deal with like values like 9 or 4 or 40 or 400, um, you might think that we want to use some arithmetic like we used for the problem where we had to convert a Roman numeral into an integer. But the problem here is that any kind of logic that involves some computation here is going to be less computationally efficient than using a lookup table. And because there are only 6 subtraction rules, um, and we are doing a greedy approach where we're trying to fit the maximum value, it only makes sense to add all of those 6 cases to our lookup table so that we have a constant time operation. As remember, any lookups on a dictionary is using a hash map, and so it would be ideal to kind of have all of those cases here. So that means that we want to fit in every single subtraction case. So we can start from the bottom and write out the cases for all of the subtraction values. So we have 900 CM, 400 would be, I think, CD. Yeah, 90 would be XC, 40 would be XL, 9 is IX, and 4 is IV. And it's important that this dictionary is in order because we will be the greedy approach will only work if we make sure that we're adding the maximum value we can. Now, we want to iterate over every single value from the largest to the smallest, and so it would be nice to pre-compute this so that we're not constantly constructing the reversed set of keys. So we can do value keys reversed, and that's just going to be a list of int, and that's going to be list of applying the reversed function on the keys of the dictionary. So now in our loop, we want to iterate from the, in the value keys. So for value in value keys reversed, so we want to check if it can fit within the remaining values. So if remaining value minus value is greater than 0, that just means it can fit. And if it does, then we want to do several things. So first of all, we want to find what numeral corresponds to that value. So numeral is just going to be the lookup table of that value. And secondly, we want to append that numeral to our final numerals list. Dot append numeral. And then we want to decrement the remaining value as we have added that. Minus equals value. And lastly, we want to break out of this for loop. So the reason why we want to break out of this loop is because if we didn't break out, then the for loop would continue to the next smallest value, and it would never allow the same value to be added. So for example, if we had something like 200, the first time it would find the 100, so it would go from 1000 to 900 to 500, 400, and 100. So it's going to add the 100, but then it's going to continue the for loop to 90, so it's going to try to add 90, and then we'll be stuck with 10, so it's going to add 10. So it will never actually reach allow it, like the method to add 100 again. So that's why the break kind of resets the for loop so that we can start again at the uh maximum value, which is 1,000. Um, and it should be here, it should be greater than or equal to 0, otherwise we will never be able to add the final like value. So one final thing to make this optimal is that if you notice when we're breaking out of this if condition, then we are kind of resetting from the largest uh, value, but then this kind of leads to a bit of redundant calls. If you're already at like lower down the list, then we are still checking the larger ones. And so a simple fix is that instead of going through every single for like every single value every single time, we can always keep trying that same value and then only going down if that same value cannot fit. And to do that, we can use a while loop. So we can say while remaining value is greater than or equal to the value of that we're currently at in a loop. And so that will simplify this logic, and then we don't need to break out anymore, as this will run exactly, well, the while loop will run exactly one time until it finishes adding as many of that same value as it can. So if you're in this, then this would be the most optimal solution. And that's all for this problem, and thank you for watching.